Okay, guys, we're back. And if you remember some of the drama we had last time, we had a bit that was broken off in there. And I managed to get a lot of the pieces out, but there was a couple broken up pieces that was wedged in the block just as the bit broke through the casting into the oil passage down here. And no real way to get that out other than drill this hole down to it, and then from there I was able to grab hold of the pieces, get them loose and get them taken out of there. So after that smaller hole, of course, we drilled a bigger hole. This is a 1/2 inch hole, and this outside will have to be drilled again because we're gonna have to put a plug in this. So we're gonna have to enlarge this later, but that's not the subject of this episode. So in this episode, we're gonna drill this hole. In this hole, it's important to get it to intersect with this hole. So we can't just drill straight down because we would end up right about here. Although we might break into this hole right here, we're going to end up here. So we have to drill at a little bit of an angle. Now I've already taken the time to center punch this, so the bit shouldn't walk around. But what I'll do is I'm going to start straight down, create a pocket, and then rotate the bit as it's spinning, and then drill down to intersect with this hole. And I'll be stopping periodically to check the progress, and that's about all we're going to do in this video. We're trying to keep these short so you can see the process as it happens. So without further ado, let's get started. We'll set our camera down. There we go. And it's like that. We got our 1/2 inch drill bit ready, and if you got headphones on, you might want to turn the volume down while this is running. We got a 1/2 inch bit in here. Let's have a hammer drill. Alright, this says adjustable speed on it, so we're going to put it on the lower of the two speeds. It's a speed 1, speed 2, and then hammer drill. We don't want to hammer drill this. Let's see what we in here. Checking to see if that bit's centered, and it's pretty well centered there. I'm going to switch sides so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Get the bikes in the way over here, but that's okay. Once this is done, and we'll get this stuff out of the way. We'll get the block moved out of the way, and we'll have a little bit of room to work. And what I'm doing is I'm sighting down the drill bit, and I'm using a drill bit like the sight on a gun to aim the center of the bit directly at the center of this hole. So that should be right about there. Again, I want to double check to make sure I'm staying within that circle that was on that shim, and we are, so we're okay. We're doing good. Now this is a new bit, and that's fine, but you can see how that cast is just so soft. That bit's taking care of it. The other reason I want it on a slow speed is so that it doesn't overheat the end of the bit, and you end up ruining the bit, or you have to get it sharpened or grab a new bit or something. So we're just going to take our time, try and get all the way down through there. Nice thing about this hole is I don't have to worry about drilling in through the casting of the block out here. I can just drill at an angle straight down into this area, and we should be good to go. Let's check our progress. That was close. Make sure I didn't bump the camera. Oh, we're good. Holy moly! You don't want to get in the way of that. It's a good way to break the bit too. Nice and smooth. And away we go. This will be a lot easier with a machine shop. We're doing good. We're down probably about here. So what I'm paying attention to is as we go, the bit is going to want to break through where this hole is. And I want to be careful because if it goes through too fast, it's liable to bind, twist this up, and we end up breaking a bit the way we did down here. So we don't want to do that, especially with this big bit. I don't want to go through that. So you have to be real careful. If you can feel it in the drill where it'll want to start breaking through. That's where you got to take your time, ease off the pressure, and then let it slowly walk its way through into that passage. Feels like something's happening. I'm starting to see some chips come out of there. So I want to back that off a little bit. Take our time. I thought I saw some chips coming out of there. Might have just been some stuff falling here. So let's see. I know we're in there pretty deep. Let's check it from here. Oh yeah, we're real close. We're about there. We're about there. Yep, definitely coming through. I can feel it. It's the bit's wanting to grab because the cast is getting thin. It's kind of moving out of the way, and it leaves the edge for the bit to grab hold of. So I want to be real careful here. I'm not really pushing down too much now. I'm just kind of letting letting the weight of the drill do the work. I'm letting the bit do the work. I'm holding on to it nice and steady. I don't want to have my head down close here, because if this grabs and this drill swings around, the handle on this drill swings around, yeah, it could get hurt. We're almost there. Oh, there it is. See that? Let's back that off here. And it's wedged in there. The grab hold again. Just gonna double check that on the camera. Make sure. I don't think the cord reached over to the camera, and it didn't. You can see how when that grabs, it really wants to go, and didn't really get hurt there. We do want to be careful from here on out, that's for sure. Let's back that off again. Back that off again. This is not the fun part. Yeah, see, once the grab hold now. Back that off. Almost there. Let's check that out. Let's see. The hole's all filled up with filings down there. Let's see what we look like down in there. Now you see why you gotta have the motor tore apart when you do this. There's filings everywhere. All right, we're definitely broke through into that oil passage. Definitely broke through there. So we're good. And it's a real rough edge in there. And I don't think I want to try and drill that again with that particular bit, because I'm afraid it's just going to grab hold again. So I'm going to switch. You could probably just use a smaller bit and drill down in there just fine. But I do have some long range carbide cutters that we can use. Get in there with just a regular drill, or cordless drill. So the cutter we're going to use is like a tapered bar there. Drill load it up. There we go. And see, that's actually all the way down inside the hole here. That bit is so small. Just want to come up a little bit. Bring that out a little bit. Bring that out a little bit. And we'll check it. Oh, that's looking good. That's looking really good. Needs a little bit more on this side. Get a little bit more. All I'm doing is just kind of plunging it down in and kind of walking it around, and then on the high sides I'm spending a little bit of extra time on those high points. Let's take a look at that. That is really, really good. Still a couple high points in there. We're gonna just touch up there a little bit. Let's see. I'm not gonna run this here. I just want to see what it looks like down in there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, let's get this side over here again. I think I got those long reach bits from Summit. That's looking good. That's looking real good. Yeah, I want to make sure there's no none of the casting is real thin, where maybe a piece could break off and ruin the motor. And try to get everything nice and radius and smooth. And I'm going to give it just a little bit more, just to smooth it out just a little bit more. And what I'm trying to do is get that transition between this hole and this hole. Just try and get that nice and smooth so it's a nice transmission so the oil can flow in that direction. And we're good.